Back and better than ever. Are we? We're in the building. We're in the building.
We're in the building. Don't get used to it.
Whoa.
But we're in the
That's our clothes. That's our clothes.
We're in the building. I am Jasiri X. I am co-founder and CEO of One Hood Media. We record on Tuesday, which is why I've decided to wear green in honor of my Irish percentage, which according to Ancestry.com is high, so I don't believe them. But anyway, I'm here, and across the table for me,
it's reluctant. It's moot at this point.
Also in green.
Also in green. Also with the percentage. Miracle. Do you know if you go to the little Ellis Island, they have the thing, and they do say that a lot of people who are enslaved do have Irish ancestry.
Oh, yeah. A shared history.
A shared history of oppression.
Of oppression and rebellion. Shout out to our Irish.
AKA Bless with Big Blessing.
Yes.
Here in the green.
Yes. And our brother.
Sad and irrevocably depressed.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Because it's
like
snowing. It's cold.
Is that why, Miracle? Are there other reasons he might be sad? It is snowing.
Nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me.
I wasn't expecting. Wild. Yeah, I was telling Nick this. I wasn't expecting us to get this much snow today.
No, it was wild to go from 60. It was almost 70 degrees on Sunday.
Well, and even yesterday.
Right. Early yesterday.
Yeah, early yesterday. It was like 60 in the morning.
Then to go to snowing.
5 inches of snow.
5 inches of snow. And now it's 20 degrees.
Yeah.
And still snowing again. It's a machine. I don't know.
It's crazy.
America right now is this experiment.
It's always been an experiment, but even more so now.
Right. In absolute fuckery.
Would you say that in America, the inmates are running the asylum?
I mean, we have a literal criminal.
That's what I'm saying.
A literal felon. And with Donald Trump, it seems like he is looking at this thing like a board game.
Yeah, 1,000%. Mm-hmm.
And not almost like he's not realizing that real lives are at stake.
Yeah, there's consequences.
And that just bravado and boasting. Mm-hmm. You know, I was reading this thing where yesterday, and it was saying like it was a thread about privilege.
Okay.
And it was like, when did you realize you were privileged? And it was a person that was saying like they had to write an essay for college about what or something they had to overcome, and realize that they had never had to struggle.
Yeah. We were just talking about that before you got in here.
Right. So here's Donald Trump, who comes from a wealthy family. He's really in one sense, he's an anchor baby. Mm-hmm. In another sense, he comes from privilege, right? Oh, he only got $1 million loan from his father. Like,
and back then, that $1 million today would be multiple millions.
100%. Yeah. So it's realizing, and we realized that we knew this. The Art of the Deal, he didn't write it. You know, like his whole life has been this fabricated piece where he's putting up a image that doesn't exist in real life.
But you could argue there's nothing more American than that.
I mean, you're 100% right.
That literally is like the American dream.
100%. And it's like he wins. Right. What's more American than
just lying your way to the
lies and white supremacy? Like, right. That's really the core.
Yeah. You could argue Donald Trump is the most patriotic and most American person to ever hold a presidential office.
Definitely. And he's moving now in a way where he's clearly, if he's not suffering from dementia or mental health, he might be the dumbest leader that historically we've seen.
Yeah, you would almost rather it be psychosis or something clinical, because like, wow.
I mean, it's like, wow. He joins Israel in this bombing of Iran. Mm-hmm. And it's like, he just thought that we're going to take out their leadership.
Right.
and the whole country was going to rise up thanking him.
So you thought.
Right. And he doesn't understand that, like, this strait, like, all this oil goes through this strait.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, you know, like Pete Hegseth did a press conference. He was like, oh, yeah, the strait's cool except for.
Yeah. Except for the part that counts.
Except for
the part we need the most.
You might get bombed if you come through there with some oil. They might blow your shit up. But other than that, other than the fact that no one can send shit through, it's great.
What a fucking dunce.
And so then now Trump is demanding. So you remember, Trump gets in office and he's like, yo, I'm putting tariffs on all you.
Yeah.
What was it? Denzel, I'm putting cases on all y'all motherfuckers. I'm putting tariffs. You get a tariff. You get a tariff. You get a tariff. And it's like, oh, you gonna come in. You want to bully all these countries now.
Now, when you ask for help,
and it's like, you know, the great Mike Tyson quote.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. And now that Iran is punching back. And Iran is basically,
and they ain't just punching.
I mean, they're
stomping,
right? And
they dropping elbows from the top rope.
Man, look, hold on.
In the form of hypersonic missiles.
Hold on, the guy from Iran, and I don't know, I can't pronounce this person's name.
Yeah, Iranian names always give me trouble.
Katan El Aniba. They said he's a spokesman. For Iran. He said, quote, this is the English translation. Now, I don't know if this is the English translation or not. Maybe Grok is going to tell us that this is fake. He said, the outcome of this war cannot be determined by tweets. The result of the war is determined in the field, the very place you and your forces not dare approach. It's better to name this war epic fear instead of epic fury. They out here talking shit. They walking around taking selfies. Yeah. Like, they like, what? And they're attacking. I saw this video, and you mentioned this, Miracle, and I'm going to turn it over to y'all. But I didn't know that Dubai is 35 miles away from Iran. I had no idea.
I'm not going to say anything about this at all, because there's a perfect opportunity for me to say something.
But, yeah, don't say anything. But I didn't know Dubai was that close. And so Dubai is now getting. You
don't look at maps, do you?
No.
Okay.
No. As somebody that was like, oh, I'll go to Dubai.
No, you won't. No, the fuck you won't. But I think that's. I'm
gonna be honest. I did. So when the dude was breaking the video down, I was like,
John, can we get a map of the Middle East right now?
Like, this is ignorant, and I'm one of them, right? An ignorant American.
Okay, that's what I was actually gonna say.
That just thinks you can go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can go anywhere. I'm an American. And then you show up in Dubai, like Miracle said, and now they blew something up at the airport.
Yeah, the airport was one of the first things they hit.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it is fascinating to watch. Now Trump, let's play this clip. Trump is now demanding.
He demands a lot.
I'm saying, like, you won't get. I mean, the arrogance and the obnoxiousness to get people. Like, you chose the war. You know what I'm saying? And then now you're gonna try to make me defend the Straits of Hormuz. I don't got no beef with Iran. Right. That was you and Israel's decision to do this. Now you're gonna try to force the other countries. Miracle, did you wanna? Where are we now?
There's this guy. I just sent it over.
Okay.
Hold on. Who just resigned today.
Okay.
Because he said that he can no longer do his job.
Oh.
Because we are only in this war because of Israel.
Oh, wow.
And people are like losing their minds. This man named Joe Kent.
Okay.
He said, I have decided to resign from my position as director.
Wait. Okay. Oh, you're telling us his position. Go ahead.
My position as director of the National Counterterrorism Center, effective today.
Oh, wow.
I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. It has been my honor to serve. May God bless America.
Oh, wow.
So Joe said, not my problem. He said, y'all can get in the booth. I'm not doing this.
I don't want no beef.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Joe don't want to live. All these people are like living on army bases. Joe want to go home.
Facts.
Did you hear like Pam Bondi, all of these, Stephen Miller, all like living on army bases because like they're threats on their lives. Joe want to kick it at the beach with his family.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you know what? He said, this is above me.
Yeah.
This is above me now.
That
I'm not
is
about to do this.
crazy.
But
wow.
It makes absolutely no sense.
Wait, before you finish. Trump appointed intelligence official. Right? This wasn't no like holdover from the Biden administration. This was somebody Trump selected that said, no, I'm out. Please continue.
Yes. And then this is Caroline Levitt had just tweeted out a couple of days ago that Iran was never a threat to the American people.
Yes.
And she was doing that to refute a story that Iran was going to start using drones to attack California.
Correct.
And so everyone keeps now coming out and saying that Iran was never going to be an issue. And I just want to point out, we are in the war. You can call it excursion, an operation, whatever. It is a.
Well, they were saying that the reason Trump is calling it an excursion is because he actually misheard them when they told him it was a military incursion.
I'm about to say, an excursion is something you do on holiday.
Right. And so they're saying that he misheard. Remember, Miracle, the story that we had, like, as children, the emperor has no clothes? Like, we are literally watching this in real time. So nobody wants to correct him and say, no, it's not an excursion. It's an incursion. You know why they don't want to correct the Miracle? Because they're all walking around with shoes 2 sizes too big because this motherfucker made them wear some floor shine shoes. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Please continue, Miracle.
Like, literally, like,
What the fuck?
And I get it because a lot of people are saying that they don't like this line of thinking, blaming Israel is going to lead to anti-Semitism.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I feel like somebody's going to be like, you know what? We got to stop. You got to get headsets out there who's like just high on this, like bombing every black and brown country he can. Like, we just got to be like, you know what? We made a mistake. I need Rubio to be like, you know what? This is not it. Rubio already has like 8 jobs and like running like 4 countries. Like he
got to be counterterrorism man now.
He's just like
in some big ass shoes. Nigga can't even walk to the bathroom.
Do they not just switch shoes? Do they not feel like I'm a size 8, you're a size 9?
Yeah.
Let's like all get together and figure out what shoes fit and which shoes don't.
Trump like number them or put in. Oh wait, those ain't the ones that you supposed to be having on.
Like
ridiculous. He really said walk a mile in my shoes, man.
Farouk, do you have any thoughts on where we are now?
Where are we?
Where are we, bro? I mean, but
where are we, man?
You mentioned Hegseth. Same. Hegseth thought like war is hell. Like, you're thinking you're going to say these strong words, and that's going to mean
like you're patent or something,
right?
Yeah, like
your words. And again, like whoever this Iranian dude is, he's like, yo, these words don't mean y'all did all of this bombing. We're still here. We're still responding. You still ain't getting no oil tanks through this strait. Now what?
If you really think about it, let's think critically about the last decades worth of conflicts that America has been in.
Yes.
Which people did they break? You didn't break the Vietnamese.
Oh.
You didn't break the Iraqis. You damn sure didn't break the Afghanistan people.
Right.
You didn't break.
No, you're absolutely right.
I mean, you're not going to break Iran. Iran's already seen everything play out. So they have the most incentive to stand tall because they're like, kind of the last pillar of the Middle East that hasn't bowed under American imperialism.
Right.
And they're kind of like, okay, we've seen what you're capable of. We've been planning, we've been studying, our resolve is strong.
Right.
The Persian Empire stood for how many thousands of years before America was even a thought? We'll bring this motherfucker back right now. So, I mean, I think like the Iranian people are showing not just resilience, but they're showing like America, like, yo, you niggas ain't as tough as you thought you was.
100%. And like you said,
and that's scary because like you got China, that's like, oh, if you can't fuck with Iran, what makes you think you gonna come to the table with us?
Hey,
like you've been punching down for the last 100 years.
Iran came out and said, Russia's helping us. China's helping us.
Yeah.
So like, I thought Putin was your man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I thought you had a great relationship with him. They're openly helping your enemy.
And Russia and Iran have always been close.
Right.
Always.
So like now, like you said, if Russia's looking, and remember, everybody was on like, oh, Russia can't just go and be aggressive to this other country.
Why can't they?
Oh, I mean, now, obviously now they can.
Yeah.
You know, again, one of the problems or one of the benefits that Russia has is now there was a cap on Russian oil. Now that's gone now because we need oil. Now Trump is saying, oh, we don't need oil. Well, why are we over there then? Like, so all the ideas and thoughts of why you're over there is gone. Bro, the man said he spoke to a former president. Do you want to play that lie?
Let's take what's the over-under on it being Biden?
Let's play this lie.
And yet every president knew. I've spoken to a certain president who I like, actually, a past president, former president. He said, I wish I did it. I wish I did. But they didn't do it. I'm doing it, yeah.
Which president?
I can't tell you that. I don't want to embarrass him. It would be very bad for his career, even though he's got no career left. Go ahead, please.
You know what? You know what?
What?
I bet you it was Obama.
Well, according to an Obama aide, it says President Donald Trump told reporters Monday that one of his predecessors told him he wished he had been the one to bomb Iran. It appears he did not speak to any of the 4 former presidents. This is NBC News. An aide for George Bush said they haven't been in touch. An aide for Bill Clinton told NBC News that whoever Trump was referring to was not Clinton. You know he likes Clinton.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too much.
Yeah.
Obama aide said no recent conversations, and a source familiar with the matter said former President Trump was referring to was not Joe Biden.
I mean, we all know that like official response is always going to be deny.
Oh, well, I mean, again, you know, if I'm just saying.
You kept me in a lie, deny.
Yeah. But they said but again, we're at a point now where now the narrative is Trump talking about the FCC is going to take your license if you report negatively on the war. Well, Donald, there's no other news.
I mean,
ain't no good news about this war. And
yeah, like what are you expecting people to report back upon positively? Like
what? Right.
Like what is there to say? Like, yo, the petrol prices are high. Like we already, like I had said this.
Yes.
Initially?
Yes.
When the bomb started.
Yes.
That in my petrol station right down the street from my house, fuel prices went up 70%, virtually overnight, maybe within 2 days, and now that's the national average is that they're going up 70%. I just posted on my Instagram this morning on my drive in how high petrol is.
Yes.
It's $3.45 a gallon for unleaded for the 87.
Yes.
$4.50, and that's just here. I've seen it higher in LA. So what are we reporting on favorably? Yeah. Like, are we reporting on the loss of American life? Is they sacrificed, they're brave soldiers? Is that what you're telling people to comfort them? Or are you saying, we lost powerful allies in the Middle East now? Are you saying that you know Russia never was our friend? And are you like I don't understand where the silver lining is in this.
Yes.
So what are you expecting journalists to cook up for the next X amount of months that this conflict ensues?
Well, Brendan Carr, the chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, said that he accused news broadcasters of running hoaxes and news distortions, and he warned them to correct course before their license renewals come up. Quote, broadcasters must operate in the public interest, and they will lose their license if they do not. So according to...
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like state-controlled media.
Exactly.
Man, that sounds crazy.
You had Pete Hegseth say from a podium that he can't wait until the Ellisons, who already own CBS News, right?
Yeah.
So we saw the Ellisons purchase Paramount, which CBS is a product of, and we saw CBS News literally turned over to a woman who had no broadcast news experience, right? Her only qualification was she was a right-wing person who loves Israel. That was her only qualification. Nothing to do, and we've seen CBS News become a laughingstock. You saw on the Oscars, the joke was like CBS News is state-run media.
Yeah.
We saw CBS News pull a 60-minute story because, we don't have enough Trump in here, or Trump responds to it. So now here's Pete Hegseth saying, I can't wait till the Ellisons own CNN, because CNN now is going to become the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is absolutely state-run media, and it's absolutely a place where...
Which is why we support your patronage and your viewership on Free Speech TV.
Yeah, exactly.
One Media.
Continue supporting us and watching us. Yes. Miracle, do you have a comment on
state-run media?
Yes.
I thought it was very interesting because when the FCC guy pushed that out, somebody was like, I guess you forgot that Fox News has successfully sued and said that they can not only lie to the American public, but they're able to say whatever they want and not have their license threatened.
Oh,
right.
I didn't know that.
And so that's why you can't tell them what they can and cannot say. It's going to be very interesting on what happens when the Ellisons do take over. But I do think that with social media, with all these different things, there's new apps now, the truth is going to find its way to be out there. And I personally think that Trump is going to take over all of this stuff from the Ellisons, from Elon. I think at some point he's just going to be like...
he's just going to be like, this is the federal government's now.
Yes. I think that he's just going to be like, I don't need y'all anymore. I'm going to cut out the middleman. What's the point of having these billionaires buy stuff that's going to help you out when you can just buy it yourself?
Yeah.
And that's what I think they're going to start doing. And then the government's going to control it, and it's going to be very interesting to see. But bro, we're kind of losing. And,
I think America lost the plot a long time ago.
Yeah,
and it's weird because somebody was like, they have VPN, and they're like, the news is being reported outside the United States, and what we are getting, it's vastly different.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And so it's going to be very interesting to see.
And particularly now when you have a situation, I think this is the point where we're at, right? Where it's looking like America is in over their head.
Yeah.
We don't know right now if Netanyahu is even alive, right? There has been...
It's like an AIDS test. What's the result? Not positive. Who's the best prognostic?
I mean, I'm saying, like, there has been this conversation. They've had these, I guess, Israel holds these, like, paramilitary meetings. The last two meetings, he's not been present.
Right.
They have been, a video came out of him speaking, and they said at one point it looked like he had 6 fingers. People were saying that's AI. There was another video released. They were saying, like, at one point he has a ring on his hand. At another point he doesn't. I don't know what's real or what's not right now, unless he maybe appears on live TV. But right now, can he even do that? Because they're tracking his movements. Again, it's like you blew up the Ayatollah. Obviously, Iran is going to want to now blow you up. You know what I'm saying? And, obviously they've been bombing Israel, been bombing Tel Aviv, and so this is where we're at right now. So I don't even know if he can make a public thing, if he is alive. So this is, again, we're at this situation where it's so much confusion. Now, if you're saying, Trump was asked about, are you going to send 5,000 troops? Supposedly, Marines were going to be sent over there.
Yeah.
And he, shushed the woman and disrespected another woman reporter like he always does. And, there's really no pushback from any other reporters. And so when if there's a possibility, if you start sending Marines over there and they start coming back dead, like, it's already the most unpopular war we've ever been involved in. Mm-hmm. You have the head of counterterrorism. I mean, it's not just him. I've never seen politicians so high up say, no, this isn't, what he's saying is a lie.
Yeah.
Iran was never any threat. But then you said Iran wasn't a threat. You said that. So what are we doing? Now Trump's talking about how smart Iran is. Like, is there a way out of this?
What if there's two Trumps? What if there's two Trumps?
Like twins? Like, what was that movie? What was the movie where they ended up being twins? Spoiler alert. What was the movie where it was like the magicians?
Oh, The Prestige.
The Prestige, yes.
The Prestige, yes.
And it's like a smart Trump and a dumb Trump, and they're fighting with one another.
It's just a rock, paper, scissors contest every day to see who's going to take that presidency.
Miracle, is there a way? Okay, like, is there a way out? Is there a way? It seems like Trump is looking for a way out. It seems like at this point, he has to try to maybe negotiate something. He's the negotiator. I'm the deal maker. Again, if Netanyahu is not alive, who's running Israel? Who's making decisions? We don't know, right? Who is Trump in communication with?
What was that? Remember those drill rappers that did the meme where they kidnapped one nigga? It's like, where's Cody? Wasn't that it?
No, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Corbin.
Where's Corbin? Where's Corbin?
It's always a point on the show where it's only an inside joke with us. Because who watching Free Speech TV knows about these Jacksonville drill rappers?
I was over here Googling trying to figure it out.
Corbin? Yes, and the guy was kidnapped and killed. Yeah. Obviously, it was a horrible situation. But anyway, right. So it's like, we don't know. He's saying he's talking to presidents. They're saying he's not. Who is he even communicating with?
I think
what are you talking? Is he talking to presidents in the future?
I think he's going to use like Cuba as an out. Like we can't.
Oh yeah.
We can't like do this war with Iran because we're trying to do this war with Cuba. But Cuba is
not a war with Cuba though. I mean, Cuba's
under siege right now. They said they have no oil. Like they're in a total blackout.
The whole electrical grid, the country's national electrical grid is down because we prevented oil from getting into Cuba. Yes.
And so now people are going to Cuba to try to break the siege and all this type of stuff. But Cuba's not giving up. Cuba's not like, oh, come take over, our island. So Marco Rubio, people are saying we're doing Cuba for Marco Rubio. We're doing Iran for Israel. Like, we got to figure out, like, how we stop going after countries to solve personal vendettas at this point. But I do think that, like, Cuba, because he said there was I forgot the island that Iran had,
that island that Trump was like, we bombed them and we're going to bomb them again.
Because the Marines are supposed to be seize that island, supposed to be going to seize Cuba. I just think that Karg. Yeah. I think that at some point we're going to be like, there's too many wars. We got to refocus. And I think he's going to be like, we got to do Cuba. And then it's better to do Cuba than it is going to be Iran. But again.
But how does he talk about, like.
Then we still got Greenland. Like, we
My question though, Miracle, is like, how does he talk about this as a win? Because clearly, like, if he pulls out of Iran now, it's not a victory. How does he frame this as a victory? Can he?
I mean, he could just. We killed the bad guys.
Oh yeah, and, we killed Ayatollah.
We got the regime change, and this new guy's going to work with us and move on. But I think you're going to start to see because a lot of the European countries are not doing this war with Iran. Isn't it Iran?
Iran.
I always mispronounce it. Somebody was like,
I got a message about it. I'm gonna read later.
Okay, they were like, if you call it Iran, you should not say anything. But like, Iran,
Iran, Iraq,
not Iraq.
Iraq is crazy.
Iraq. Yes. Okay.
Or if you want to be like super annoying about it, say Mesopotamia, the Persian Empire, Babylon. Right between the Euphrates River, the Fertile Crescent.
But again, like Miracle, like Germany to Trump, we won't help you reopen the Strait of Hormuz, right?
Yeah, for Germany to say that is crazy.
NATO countries don't want to be involved.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They're like,
because they know Iran was always the sleeping giant. Like,
Right.
Iran controls so much. Like, no one wants to piss off Iran.
Yeah.
Ever. I just think it's fascinating because, like, now all of a sudden the UN and NATO want to get up and do something. Now you have an opportunity where they've been silent for however many genocides and however many bombings and human rights atrocities, right? You have the opportunity to actually live up to your name and do something besides posturing in your fucking blue helmets across seas, right? You had an opportunity in Sudan and Palestine and all these other places where you dropped the ball. But now Iran is a straw too far. Yeah. Okay, fine. But do something besides the Hakeem Jeffries move, the Hank Jeffries move, and send a strongly worded email response. Intervene, right? You have coordinated efforts.
Yeah.
You have the power of the European Union. You have.
But could they be similarly to, like you said, Russia and China? Like, Trump has alienated all of these people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You have no incentive to listen to Trump for any reason.
I mean, remember, he was the one saying, like, we don't need NATO. And before this happened.
He said, before that.
So he says, because of the fact that we had such military success, we're no longer need or desire NATO countries' assistance. We never did.
Yeah,
I mean, after demanding them to get involved and them saying no, now you're saying you don't need them, but you just beg them all to come. So again, it's like, yes, you bet. And they're not coming. So I think it's fascinating when you watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Who would have thought it was going to play out this way?
Well, I think we kind of saw
educated people.
Again, when you can't be an isolationist and want to bomb all the countries.
And then expect aid.
Exactly.
No one's coming to your defense.
Right. You came in saying this was America first. You're going to put all these tariffs on everybody because you want America to have more resources. And then you start bombing everybody, right?
The America first crowd has jumped ship so fast.
So fast. Yes.
And then the people who are still on the sinking ship, the mental gymnastics they're trying to convince us of.
Yes.
It's like you literally cannot believe your own bullshit. Like,
cannot believe it.
I've talked about this guy a few times on the show. This guy I was locked up with, right? Who was like a hardcore Trumper. Yeah. And occasionally I'll check his page, you know what I mean? Just to keep.
Like, what is he saying now?
Yeah, just to keep up with the talking points, right? Yes. He's not even supporting this shit.
Yeah.
And he was the largest Trump apologist.
Yeah.
And he's black.
A lot of these people are saying, like, again, like, you told us one of the tenets was no new wars.
No new wars.
And there's 9 of them now. So it's like no new wars to 9. To now, like you said, we're sending Marines over to Iran. Mm-hmm. We already have, I think we've lost 13 to 14 military members, maybe more. They said scores more, hundreds more have been injured.
Right.
Because, Iran started targeting these military bases the United States had in these countries. I mean, again, like, it is fascinating. It's so bad. America is so bad.
How bad is it?
White South Africans are deciding to go back home, right? Remember.
Bye.
The only
Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you.
The only class of immigrants that Trump allowed to come into the country were these white South Africans, because remember, Trump was saying they were being persecuted, right? Yeah, there was like white genocide, right? Yeah. That's the only genocide you want to recognize, right? When it's happening to white people, right? And so
it's not even happening.
But that's not even happening, right? And it says that they're saying, "Hey, yo," it said, people are being shot in broad daylight. American citizens are being shot and killed. I don't want to live in a place like this. I mean, this is crazy, right?
America's a place.
Oh, the guy said he was held at gunpoint in his car.
I bet he was. But he was. Welcome to America.
Welcome to America, bitch. Run them jewels.
Run them,
And I know I read the post from like Joe Kent earlier. It's why I wanted to point out that like Joe Kent has been someone who's been like racist and bigoted his whole life. But somebody was like, imagine how bad America is when like the racist, bigoted people are like, this is too racist,
too much,
too bigoted, like for me. And it's also like I said before, like, what does America have to offer these other countries, right?
Yeah, you said
they have, you know, healthcare, education, housing, all of these things. Like, I think is what Sweden, who gives like, you know, every person who's born like a baby box,
right?
And you know, all this type of stuff. So the first 6 months of their lives, they have all the stuff that they need to be okay. People have paid maternity leave and paternity leave, all these things. You're taking over countries that actually invest in the well-being of their people.
Right.
And what do you have to offer them? Like debts?
Yes.
And capitalism that
no
doesn't
insurance.
even work.
No.
You know, and somebody was talking about, you know, the siege on Cuba. Cuba allegedly has a cure/vaccine
for cancer,
for cancers, for flu, for all these things. And somebody was like, well, what are we going to do? Like take over Cuba so then we can like sell their vaccines and their cures? You know, is that what
sounds
we're
like
trying
a great
to do?
idea?
That sounds like exactly what a Republican would do. Yes.
You know, and so like, what is it we're offering?
Sounds like they need some democracy down there. That's what it sounds. They need
exactly
some America.
what we're offering.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying
we're offering bald eagles.
Yeah,
and Chevrolets.
100%. Right. And again, like because we don't want. Again, if Cuba has these vaccines, then everybody's going to go down there. I mean, you know, Trump basically came out and was like, "Yo, I can do what I want with Cuba."
I can hear Trump saying right now, the flag is already red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
All we need. We can just make them part of the union.
Right.
Be great.
Again, like
fantastic beaches. We have Guantanamo there. Wonderful people.
I'm looking at where to live. Like, again, like, I mean, as Americans, we're like, yo, this is because these other countries ain't just randomly attacking other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, randomly threatening and attacking other people in other countries. Again, here's NATO. When you straight up was like, we're going to take Greenland, whether you like it or not. And NATO was like, no, you can't do that because Greenland is the property of a NATO member, Denmark. Yes. That's part of NATO. And you're like, oh, we don't need NATO anyway. Now you coming back begging NATO's help. Why would they give it? Again, you thought you was doing something. And everybody was, you thought this bravado and bullying and bluffing. And then again, like now your bluff got called, right? Now you wanted to fight. You got it now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You wanted a fight. Like, it wasn't enough for you to just, you know, beat up on these countries that had no military or no ability to fight back. Because that's how it is, right? You know how, like, in boxing, you fight a bunch of tomato cans, and then you're 20-0, and now you got to fight somebody that's actually going to punch you back. And it's like, oh, shit. Oh, you in a fight now.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? You're in a real fight. And so now, like, no, they're not laying down.
I think it's also interesting right now, since we're talking about the geopolitical aspect of it, that Prime Minister Carney had this amazing speech.
Now, that's the Prime Minister of
Canada.
Gotcha.
Had this amazing speech at the Davos convention a few months ago, where he talked about the hegemony and the middle powers reclaiming their place in the world, and if America wants to be isolationist, then let them. Canada is the natural resource superpower of the world,
right?
And that us as Canadians,
talking big,
yeah, and us as Canadians are no longer going to sit by the wayside and allow America to dictate the tempo of the world. And then he came out and said, Canada will support America in the Iran-Israeli conflict, much to the dismay of virtually 30 million people in Canada. So as Trump pushes back on NATO, and as Prime Minister Carney went on a global stage and essentially took Trump to task very eloquently, he backslides and now says, I'm going to support America. So in the absence of NATO, you regain Canada. It's just like three-card money. It's a shuffling of these cups, you know, they're all white supremacist nations, but Canada doesn't have enough oil to make. Perhaps they do. I don't know.
I mean, Trump is acting like he got all the oil. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got all the oil.
It makes me wonder what the conversation like with the prime minister and the president were.
Well, again,
for him to support.
If you're Canada and you just watched, I mean, basically, why is Cuba in the position that it's in?
Right.
Is because he basically took Venezuela's oil, and Venezuela is where Cuba was getting his oil from, and banned, any type of oil from coming to Cuba. He can do the same thing to Canada. Mm-hmm. And it's not like Canada has no disrespect.
We don't have enough armed forces.
If we smack Canada, what the hell are they going to do?
Canada
doesn't have the armed forces.
And the terrestrial proximity.
100%, yeah.
Most Canadian cities are within 100 miles of the American border.
So this is a crazy
logistical nightmare.
This is a legitimate crazy dementia-ridden dude that you're dealing with. So you got to deal with him because you don't know what this crazy man going to decide to do.
I wonder if like Mexico is going to get like all the cartels to be like, look.
Remember doing the ICE shit? Mexico was like, yo, the cartels like, yo, we putting $50K out on these niggas. Like, you know what I mean?
The bad for business.
It really is. Like, I wonder when Central America is going to rise up against this, because this is a very interesting part of political theater to spectate.
Definitely.
No, because I think that like you said, like Canada doesn't have enough armed forces. Like, so how do
we have armed forces? But just like we don't have the numbers. Yeah, we don't have the numbers.
So what does that look like, right? And does Mexico like, hey, cartels, like, look, y'all start making like you got the guns already, you have the technology and drones already. Y'all now become like conscripted into like the military, army.
We have 100,000.
Oh, no, that's not enough.
No. We have 100,000 total numbers. 68,000 active personnel, 27,000 reserves.
So, like, so then do we started to see, like, each of these countries, like, I remember France was like, we're going to increase our nuclear capabilities. So do we just have everyone just like, okay, war is now the answer? Or do we have people like, you know what, we're not doing this anymore, and then basically America, you're like going to fail on your own?
Yes.
But then like what happens when America fails? What is this? What does the day after plan look like?
It's failing now. And speaking of, well, maybe failing isn't the right word for this, but there's some black business. There's some black business that we need to get to on this show. One is, there's been this whole conversation over the Target boycott. And so the Target boycott has been going around, like, I think it's been beyond a year now. Yeah. It started last year.
I've been helping the Target boycott.
Well, we won't get into that. So the one of the most visible people around the Target boycott was Pastor Jamal Bryant. And so what I did not know, again, I thought Pastor Jamal Bryant was the individual that called for the Target boycott. I was incorrect. That is not true.
Who called for
the Target boycott? Was actually started by a black woman in Minneapolis, Minnesota,
of course,
named Nakima Levi Armstrong.
Okay,
so Nakima Levi Armstrong and black people in Minnesota were the first to say we're boycotting Target because Target is based in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. It's a Minnesota, Minneapolis-based company, right? But when when Jamal Bryant came in, he called for a Target fast.
Yeah.
Right. So what Jamal Bryant did was saying, like, I guess Lent was coming last year. He was like, as we're fasting for Lent, let's fast from Target. And Jamal Bryant had national figures like Tamika Mallory and Nina Turner with him. And so because these are national figures, and I followed Jamal Bryant, I didn't know Nakima, and so I assumed.
Always a man. Isn't that right, Miracle?
So
it's always a man.
And remember, it was like I remember when they first met with Target and they said Target didn't meet our demands. We're still boycotting, right? I remember when Target sponsored the Essence Fest and they were very much out there saying, no, we're not with that, right? So a year later, Jamal Bryant, Tamika Mallory, Nina Turner had a press conference basically saying that they're ending their Target fast, right? And initially, according to Jamal Bryant, Target met 3 of the 4 demands. I guess he walked that back and said it was 2 of the 4 demands. They wanted I think $2 billion invested in black companies. I don't know what happened, but basically because the press started reporting on this and saying the Target boycott is over, and the real individuals who started the boycott, again, not saying Jamal Bryant isn't a real individual, but they were like, nah, we didn't end this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it started this conversation about national figures, who owned the boycott, or who people were saying that Jamal Bryant got paid by Target. He refuted that. He said he never got paid anything from Target. Miracle, as somebody who has been organizing and protesting for a very long time, although their time might be going to an end.
Oh no! Listen, we were boycotting Target for a minute because they had no reason.
But prior to this, you were boycotting Target.
I mean, they had no reason to be like, oh, we're just going to like get rid of all of our programming, and they still haven't fixed it.
So how do you see this? Because it's kind of like everybody turned on Jamal Bryant, it seems like.
Correct.
And, people were then accusing him of usurping the original boycotters. It was a lot of who are you to end this call. How do you see it?
I love when people just get their comeuppance. Yes, I think that like Jamal could have said the fast is over, but the boycott continues.
Yes.
And he did not do that until the pushback happened.
Yes.
And so I do think this is one of the things of like being in solidarity and having coalitions is that communication is very important. So the fast was a religious thing that people were doing, with Lent, a lot of faith leaders, right? And so it was like very important that the press release said that. It was very important that the press conference said that, right?
Yeah.
And so I think this is just like another lesson of how you show up and be in solidarity with folks.
Right.
And if he's no longer going to be fasting from Target, that is his prerogative.
Right.
But everyone else should still be fasting, should still be boycotting, because it's not just that Target got rid of its DEI program. It's also that Target has been collaborating with ICE. That's why the Target boycott started in Minneapolis. And so Target can do a lot of things. It is a multinational corporation. It could partner with small businesses. It could keep their incubator program. It could reject a partnership with ICE. And it could create a different way for folks to have, entry points into commerce. It just hasn't done that yet. And so that's why we boycott. I think it's very important to say there is a reason for this boycott. I think it's very important to amplify Black and brown businesses and businesses made by queer and trans folks and Muslim folks. But I also think it's really important to hold people accountable, because for a lot of our people who live in food deserts or, are not able to order on Amazon or go to these other places, Target may be the only store they have.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And so we have to be mindful of that and say, like, if this corporation is going to be the only connection that our people have, it just has to operate in a better and different way.
Yeah. And to his credit, and I'm going to come to you, Farouk, Jamal Bryant did say at this press conference, quote, the Target fast entity of the boycott is claiming victory. So I think he tried to make a little bit of but the way it was reported on, like, oh, they're ending the Target fast because he was had the most popularity in a sense. He said, we're effectively today closing this chapter because we have other fights we got to see and other things we got to tackle. Interestingly enough, at this same press conference, both Tamika Mallory and Nina Turner both said that they're not returning to Target.
Yeah. And
they both said you shouldn't either at this very same press conference. So it almost seems like even in that group of Jamal Bryant, Tamika Mallory, and Nina Turner, there was some type of friction. If they're at the press conference saying, I ain't going back and you shouldn't either, it seems interesting. Farouk?
Yeah, I echo everything Miracle was saying. Some people don't have the option to choose in certain locations.
Yeah.
And I think there's a critique that there's no conscientious decisions under capitalism, right? Miracle was the one who gave me that language a long time ago. And I think you can critique that critique also. But you're kind of on a slippery slope here.
Yeah.
Because I understand the importance of it, but for Jamal Bryant to get on TV and essentially proclaim himself as the de facto voice of this boycott, it undermines the work that these black women have done, that all of these people have taken away their money from Target, who has really felt it. Like, how much did they lose last year?
I think they said around $12 billion.
Right, like $12 billion, right? You're undermining the work of these people, and not just that, you're undermining the message and the organizers and the people who were impacted, the black brands that were impacted when they were removed from Target. You know, it's irresponsible, and I think that there's a critique amongst a lot of these people who profess to be faith leaders when they get up in these crowds and money gets to become the talking point. It's like, where does your allegiances lie? But that being said, steal from where you can.
Yeah,
it ain't a crime if you don't get caught. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
That's not how that works.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so
that's why I'm sitting here right now, Miracle.
This is what I just want to, Dr. Nakima Armstrong, and she was also one of the people that was arrested when they said they were protesting the church. When Don Lemon was arrested, I think she was the one whose photo was doctored.
It's so crazy.
By the White House, right?
That was not that long ago, but that seems like
it was last year.
Yeah, like
and it was literally like 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So much. Think about what all has happened.
There's a whole war with a global superpower.
It's crazy. It's crazy. She said that Jamal Bryant did not speak for us. She said, quote, "We stood for us and with the community. We speak for us, and we will never sell out our community for crumbs or a seat at Target's corrupt table. So we are asking people to continue to double down and hold Target accountable." One of the things also Tamika said at press conference was that Target has never publicly issued any type of apology.
Never,
for rolling back their DEI. And so it was interesting. So, shout out to those. I'm going to continue to boycott. I'm going
to continue to do my part.
I mean, to me, it's like, I've learned to live without it now. You know what I'm saying? And, I live right down the street from a Target. I've learned to live without it. So, why do that? Okay.
Yes.
Last topic.
And I have something I want to read at the end, but go ahead.
Okay. Hold on. I want to play the video. We're at One Hood. We're artists.
We are.
And
we lead with art.
Yes. A rapper made interesting art news. Okay. I
know where you're going. I thought you was going someplace else with this.
Oh, no. I'm going to a white rapper.
Yeah.
Named Jack Harlow. Did a project. Now, Jack Harlow is somebody who's, he's kind of a regular white rapper. Not terrible, not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was okay. I mean, he never made enough noise for me to really like invest in him as an artist. But I know he's there. You know what I mean? It's like he's there. It's like he's a condiment on the shelf. He's there. I don't use it. I don't use that type of mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying? But I see it. I acknowledge it's there. But he wanted to make a neo soul. So Jack Harlow named his album Monica.
Monica.
Which people are saying Monica is a way white people on the internet say my nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Did you knew that, Miracle?
There's always something. It's always something.
Because who's Monica? Like, unless Monica is his baby's mom or the name of the person that he's in love with, I don't know. If not, I think he has to explain, but he did a podcast interview with two other white guys.
Right.
And it's interesting when we've seen this, right? Most of the gatekeepers of hip hop or the media of hip hop are white.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's interesting to see these white people having this conversation, but they were asking about Jack Harlow and how, as a white rapper, he decided to show up. Can you play that clip, please?
I'm actually pissed off.
I mean, you had some good comments on it.
In fact, you arguably went deeper into
black music.
Deeper into blackness. So was that conscious? Was that a little twist on the typical move that white rappers make, which is to retreat back into traditionally white sounds?
It certainly made what I already wanted to do even more appealing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because you like pushing that boundary, that line?
I think I love black music. I love the sound of black
Who
music.
among us?
Yeah, I love the sound of black music.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm hyper aware of the politics of today, that safer landing spot that a lot of my white contemporaries have found. And of course, it appealed to me to do something that I felt like at a time when there's plenty of people expecting me to take some of the routes y'all are taking.
Yep.
To take the route that not only might not be expected, but is also the one I genuinely want to take. So all the stars aligned in that way for me, to be honest.
You can pause that right there.
Can I play my rebuttal to this?
Yes. Okay. So again, here's a white rapper saying, I got blacker, which is fascinating in itself. You know what I'm saying? And again, there's a lot of white people that love black music. You don't necessarily love black people.
Correct.
You love black music, but you know, when black people are under attack, I haven't seen Jack Harlow. Like a lot of people compare him to Mac Miller. Like Mac Miller said, fuck Donald Trump. Like off top. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen, you know, Jack Harlow really take that type of stance, but maybe he has. I don't know. Or maybe I haven't seen it. Play your response. This is Farouk's response to Jack Harlow getting blacker.
Jack Harlow's album got blacker. Jack Harlow's album got black. You know, for all the love that you lot gave sinners, you sure didn't pay attention to a fucking thing. Because Jack Harlow's Remick. This is what happens when we don't gatekeep our shit. You have white artists saying, yeah, I know other white artists get in and they pillage and siphon all of the good things from hip hop, and then they go abandon it the first opportunity they get. But not me. See, I'm one of the good ones. I got black. I know what black people want. I know it sounds good in my ear. Black music sounds good in my ear. It sounds good, right? But see, you lot are letting him get away with the fuck shit. And that's why he's doing it. I've learned over the X amount of years I've been on this earth, it is indeed not better to face these things with a sense of poise and rationality.
What frustrated me about this was nothing said there was no black people in the room more than this interview.
Yes.
Right? You didn't have, Jack Harlow doesn't have black people around him, either on his media team or his PR team or anything, because they wouldn't have let him say that stupid fucking shit in an interview.
Yes.
The fact that these white journalists didn't push back on, well, what did you mean by you got blacker?
Yes.
Further indicates that there were no black people involved in any of this process.
Correct.
So that's the first thing. If you go back into Jack Harlow's...
Well, he's putting on Kangos and quarter zips and dressing like comedy.
Fire for that, yo. Fire for all that. His first album cover where he's giving money to some poor black child on the album artwork from the seat of a limousine, right? His questionable relationship with the happenings of the murder around Breonna Taylor.
Yeah.
In his home city of Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, wow, he's actually giving... Oh, no, he's signing an autograph to a black child while he's in there.
Whatever it was, right?
He's in the back of a limousine.
The look was bad.
Yes.
The look was bad.
Yeah.
This shows me you don't have black people around you, right? That you're still imitating or what you think is a caricature of black people. And the irresponsibility of you to say, I got blacker. What the fuck does that even mean?
This nigga said, D'Angelo's gone. I'm about to...
Yeah, like, you know, and the people firing on you online, this is, you know, it's all driving traffic to your project, right?
Do you think so?
I mean, people are going to be curious about it just because now. But,
I mean...
It's not unfounded. Like, I don't want you to come here with your hands out like, what did I do wrong? Right? That's the thing. It's like, for you you just said in this interview that you were hyper aware of the political landscape.
Right.
Nothing says that was a fucking lie than the remarks you just made in this political landscape.
Yeah.
Now is not the time for a white man to come out and say, I got blacker.
Yeah, it's weird. And it's like, it's weird that he hasn't commented on that.
Yeah, they fucking you up in these comment sections and you is not fighting back.
Yes. Black Twitter did its thing like Black Twitter does and hasn't done for a minute. But Black Twitter showed up with names
Oh yeah.
For Jack Harlow.
Oh yeah. And I'm here for. And you know what? My shit on Threads. I posted that video up on Threads. Yeah. That shit went up.
Okay. Neo-colonial soul.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like the neo-Nazi.
Neo-Nazi was crazy. Neo-Nazi was great.
Lit condition. Music Stole Child.
January 6th in Park.
Ninth Wonder Bread.
Music Rothschild.
Charlie Kirk Franklin. Most Definitely Not.
Manifest Destiny's Child.
Luca Vandross.
Uncommon.
White Thought. Honky.
It just keeps getting better and better and better.
LL Cool Whip.
LL Cool Whip is nuts.
Ghostface Vanilla.
Tyler the Gentrifier. Milk the Shocker.
Yaqub Kweli.
Yaqub Kweli is amazing.
Proud Boys to Men.
Proud Boys to Men was great. America Badu.
White Clef John. Bobby Cantwell.
Bobby Cantwell is nuts.
Oh my God. Oh. Chaka Connor.
Chaka Connor.
Robin Thinn.
Robin Thinn is nuts.
Luda Christopher Columbus.
Luda Christopher Columbus. Wow.
De La Soul.
They tearing you up, man. You had all this coming. You had all. Yeah, this is
Cream Latifah.
Oh my God. Cream Latifah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
I did want to read something. We got some blackmail that I would like to read.
Okay. Well, let's just say again, do you have a comment on Miracle Jack Harlow?
He could have just done his Bruno Mars and been like,
yeah,
next album coming, and it's a love letter to the music that kept me going.
That's all you had to say.
That's all you had to say.
That's all you had to say.
But no, you just got rage bait. At this point, somebody was like, at this point, it's like, why even have a promo deal when you can just rage bait black people?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You know, for clout and clicks.
That's a super fact right there, man.
Funk Master Race. J. Coleslaw.
J. Coleslaw? J. Coleslaw is brilliant.
So again, I think too, it was like, for me, it was the look on his face. Like when he was like, I got blacker.
They said,
like he was so proud of himself.
IRS 1.
Oh God.
Disingenuine. Disingenuine.
I mean, it's just
someone said Ice Cube.
Grandmaster Clan.
No, Ice Cube.
Oh wow.
Jew Hill.
Tony Mayo. So anyway, I think but that was the thing for me. It was like he was so proud of himself.
Yeah,
I got blacker.
Yeah,
and it was like he smiled, and it's like again, like you don't even realize.
Like,
maybe he does. Like you're so proud of yourself, but like you said, you don't even realize like how this actually damages you. One, by all accounts, it's not really a good album.
How's he? Like, I just wonder how he's going to tour this album.
Again, Pitchfork gave him a 3.1.
Who the fuck listens to Pitchfork?
I'm just saying they gave him a 3 out of 10. You know
wow, yeah.
So like, by all accounts, people are saying this isn't a good album.
No.
You know, like try again. You missed the point. But again, it'll be interesting to see because, like you said, people have called him to the carpet on this before, and it'll be interesting to see if he responds with anything. Kind of saying like, yeah,
he's gonna pop up with black people. He's gonna find some black people to cape for him.
Definitely,
that's 1,000% what's gonna happen.
There were black people involved in the making of this project. It's probably black producers. He probably got a black A&R. But at the same time, again, it just makes me wonder, you know, how he is going to show up. But you know, before you go to blackmail, you mentioned Remick, and we do have to acknowledge that, you know, the Oscars just happened. Michael B. Jordan won for Best Actor. I don't know. Speaking of like white dudes with no, like Timothy Chalamet, like how you talk yourself out of an Oscar. It was like the more we got to know Timothy Chalamet, like the bigger of an asshole he is. And it's like, oh, this dude is really, and like he's really this cocky white asshole. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And really to probably may have won an Oscar and talked himself out of it. So it was amazing. You know, he did ballet in the opera to see them do this rendition of
and have Misty Copeland come out and just
the song from Sinners. Have Misty Copeland come out.
Came out of retirement just after hip surgery a couple months ago.
In this nigga's face. Right? Like with him in the front row.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then for Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler became the second black person to win for original screenplay.
All the love to Delroy Lindo.
The woman who, and how do you pronounce my sister's name, who did the cinematography for because you know I'm gonna mess it up. For Sinners, she was the first woman and black woman.
Autumn Durald Arkapaw.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the director of cinematography.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she was the first woman and black woman to win for best cinematography, and then it won best score as well. So we just did want to acknowledge that. A lot of people believed, like me, that Michael B. Jordan should have won because he essentially plays 3 different characters in the movie.
Who's the third?
The third is when Stack is a vampire.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Pre-vampire, post-vampire.
You don't agree with that?
And people were talking about, like, if you watch the movie back, I didn't watch it again.
Yeah, I've watched it twice so far, yeah.
But, like, they Smoke and Stack actually have physical differences.
One has PTSD, yeah.
Yes, but if you look, one's eyebrows are higher than another.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dimples. And they were like, Michael Jordan did that himself.
Yes.
Like, he wanted to make sure that when he was playing the characters, there was something that made them look different. And so he made sure that there was an actual difference between the two. And so that's something I was like, oh, he was, but he's also, you forget, Michael B. Jordan has been acting since he was like 9.
Yes, correct.
We've seen him in all the films and all the movies.
Yeah. It was interesting that, remember,
a true thespian.
They brought, I guess, the homegirl. Remember the girl called him corny? And they were saying because he was like, wanted to be an actor when he was young and carrying around headshots. And I guess she tried to like apologize.
Yeah, I posted it up on Threads. I was like, I still remember when niggas was calling him corny for handling the interview the way he did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, interesting. So shout out to Center, shout out to Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, everybody involved in that project that should have won. There's a whole nother conversation we could have about one battle after another where I agreed with all the takes about like how this, to me, completely mischaracterizes black women and just totally throws black women under the bus. I watched it and did not like it because I did not like, and I usually like, well, not Leonardo DiCaprio, the guy who made the movie, Paul Anderson, Paul Thomas Anderson, you know, There Will Be Blood, one of my favorite movies of all time. Boogie Nights, great movie. He makes good movies. I thought the portrayal of black women in this movie was so bad. It just took me completely out of the whole movie and did not like it. Not that Tiana Taylor didn't do a great job or the other black women in it didn't do a great job. It was just watching these 2 white men fight over black women was wild. You know what I'm saying? That was the case. So with that being said,
yes,
you have a black mail.
Yes.
For us. That was sent directly to you, right?
Directly to me, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so Leslie Bowden from South Florida says, hello, Farouk. I followed the show through Free Speech TV and caught Brunch with a Black Man, a.k.a. Nigga Brunch, which is very catchy.
Oh.
And really appreciated the vulnerability. I don't know if you mentioned CSA on the episode or just in the main show, but thank you for disclosing. As a fellow survivor, I recognize the courage it takes to do so. Sending hugs from South Florida. Keep doing what you do. P.S. Big up to Miracle for spreading the word on Iran versus Iran. Y'all are great. Leslie Marie Bowden. And she also sent out a link for a website called hiddenwatercircle.org, which is for child sexual assault survivors and is a safe place for anybody who is a CSA survivor, trigger warning, I guess, or to go to hiddenwatercircle.org. So lodge up, Leslie Bowden. Thank you for all your support, and Miracle loves you. And Miracle has an announcement.
Are we going straight there now?
I don't think we have to do. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
We can, sure.
No.
I'll just say that a lot, like with anything, you know, there's changes.
Yes.
There's ups
Miracle's
and downs.
pregnant.
Oh shit!
Do not. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Do not. No, but pregnant with opportunities.
Oh shit! Wow.
But
You said Allah is abundant.
Listen, Allah is the best. No, Allah is abundant this Ramadan. You'll be seeing me periodically on This Week in White Supremacy. There'll be some virtual programming, some in-person programming as I'm traveling, moving around. So nothing is happening. But sometimes you'll see me on the show. Sometimes you won't. You know, a lot of times y'all love us as personalities, and when we're not there, people feel like, where's this person? Where's this person? I'll be there. I'm coming. But I just, sometimes you may see me less frequently. But other than that, I am not pregnant. Let's not put that into the atmosphere because
That'd be hilarious.
Would it be?
no, it would not be. No, it would not be. I'd be crying. Like, no. I never want to be pregnant during the summer. And so, absolutely not. You know, anyhow, but that's all we wanted to say. Farouk and Jasiri.
You said Leslie Bowden was the one that did that sent that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, she also critiqued me. She said, Jasiri, if someone, after being corrected, continues mispronouncing your name, it is disrespect. Bruh, Iran, not Iran. Thank you.
Large job, Leslie. Large job, Leslie.
But I do look. I'm someone from the South. You know, someone from Georgia. I do sometimes just have a lazier draw.
Yeah,
and that's what I was explaining to like a lot of my friends. Is like a lot of us from the South, like we're not intentionally mispronouncing things, but we like whether it's people from here, people from Baltimore, we just pronounce syllables differently. You know, and so it's just like, oh, sorry.
I have no excuse. I just am a terrible pronunciator. And so I'm just bad at all of those things. With that being said, do we have a White Pages? Did we?
Did you want to do this one or did we do that last week?
We did that one.
Week, yeah.
Oh. We did this one before. We just did that. We did this one. We did this one as well.
The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks.
But if not, we can redo this one because her family is still taking people to court, and they just won a settlement a couple of days ago. So yes, if you want to, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, you can reread that one again because her family is taking no prisoners and it's keep fighting, keep organizing because they stole this woman's blood cells. And really have been making billions of dollars and bank and like really just, you know, medicine after medicine, research after research, you know, and so,
well, we have another book.
It's very timely.
A timely book. This is not normally we do a black author. This is called All the Shah's Men.
Oh, yeah.
An American Coup and the Roots of Mideast Terror by Stephen Kinzer. Ironically, it says with a new preface. And the new preface is called, quote, The Folly of Attacking Iran.
Man.
Somebody send this to Donald Trump right now. It says a very gripping read, a cautionary tale for our current leaders. Apparently, our current leaders did not get this book.
Clearly.
Lord have mercy.
Clearly.
With that being said, do we have anything happening this week? Yes. We have a music event, a launch of a new brand and a new music event that's part of the One Hood Media universe. It's called Kaleidoscope. And it's featuring Cam Chambers.
Yes.
That is this Friday, I believe. Is that a free event or
$5?
$5, just $5. You can come.
$5.
You can eat.
$5.
You can see Cam Chambers
do
a brilliant, music rendition. And so that's this Friday. I think it's 6 to 9. Come out, check us out. Kaleidoscope One Hood. Movement Monday was yesterday. This is my first Movement Monday. I was a panelist. It was super dope. Really enjoyed it. A lot of people came out.
Were you moving?
Yeah, I was moving
on a Monday.
On a Monday, yeah.
Also, I just want to lodge up Alicia Baumgartner.
Just no reason? Just
keep being you. Baby.
Oh, okay.
Just keep being you.
That being said, final words, Miracle.
Turn up. Get to the summer. Need summer so bad.
Yes.
Like, it's too cold. But just, enjoy life and be pregnant with opportunities.
Yes.
And possibilities.
Yes. Farouk.
Alicia Baumgartner.
Oh. What was it? It's One Hood, you know what I'm saying? You will see us again or maybe not. But back to next time. Supremacy is what? Peace.